Let's talk about a question that can sometimes feel a little high stakes, right? So, what are your hobbies? Today, we're going to build a simple toolkit to make talking about hobbies in English feel easy, natural, and like a great way to connect.
You know the one. You definitely heard this before. You meet someone new, you're making a bit of small talk, and then it comes. It's pretty much the classic way people try to get to know each other.
And that's the moment, right? Your mind just goes blank. You want to say something interesting, something more than just one word. But finding the right phrases can be tough. Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix right now.
All right, so first things first. Let's start with how to ask about hobbies, because if you can start the conversation with confidence, you're already halfway there. You know, it's actually way simpler than it seems. There are really just three main ways people ask about hobbies. You've got your general what questions, your more specific do you questions, and then the ones that dig a little deeper, the kind of questions. So let's see what these actually sound like. What is your hobby is fine, but it can feel a little formal. A much more casual, natural way to ask is, what do you do in your free time? And if you think you might know what someone's into, using do you like is a perfect way to connect. Okay, so the question is out there. Maybe you asked it, or maybe someone just asked you. Now let's talk about how to answer without freezing up. Honestly, the best advice here is to keep it simple and clear. You don't need a super long, complicated sentence to start. A direct answer like, I like playing soccer is perfect. It's confident, it's easy to understand, and it gets the conversation started. And hey, whatever you're into, it probably fits into one of these categories. Maybe you're an active person who's always hiking or playing basketball. Or maybe you're more of a creative type who loves to draw. Finding your category can give you the words you need. But what happens when someone asks you about something you don't do? Just saying no can sometimes feel like you're shutting the conversation down. But don't worry, there's a really smart way around this. This is what I call the no, but response, and it's a total game changer. Instead of just hitting a conversational wall with no, you build a bridge. You answer the question honestly, but then you immediately pivot to something you do like. You've just turned a dead end into a whole new path for the conversation. All right, you've got the basics down. You can ask and you can answer. Now for the really fun part, how to add a little flavor, a little detail to make your conversation actually interesting and sound totally natural. This is where you really level up your speaking skills. We're going to take a totally fine, simple answer and, step by step, turn it into a great one.
Okay, let's start with this. I play video games. It's a perfectly good answer. It's clear, it's correct, but we can do better. We can bring this to life. Now watch this. What if we just add one tiny detail, like where you play? I play video games on my phone. See that? Instantly, it's more specific. It paints more of a picture. The person you're talking to learns a little more about you.
And now for the final touch, let's add when you play. I play video games on my phone after school. And boom, there it is. That's not just a simple answer anymore, it's a little story. It gives a complete picture and makes it so easy for someone to ask a follow-up question.
So just think of these as your go-to tools for adding that extra layer. You can mention who you do your hobby with, expand on when, talk about where, or even explain why you like it. Just adding one of these can make a huge difference. So let's pull all of these pieces together. You now have a complete, ready-to-use toolkit for having a great conversation about hobbies in English. And really, it all comes down to this super simple three-step framework. First, you ask, using one of those easy, natural questions. Second, you answer clearly and with confidence. And third, you add detail to make it a real, engaging conversation. Ask, answer, add detail. That's it. So there you have it. The toolkit is all yours. You've got the phrases, the words, the strategy. You are ready for this conversation. So the real question now is, what amazing things are you going to share about yourself next time someone asks?